Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we know that councillors work hard and are desperately underpaid, and they're very badly rewarded for all they do. Imagine the pain and pressure of having to go all the way to Dubai, first class, 2 seats for your huge backside, quaffing champagne and caviar the whole way before staying in those 5-star hotels. It's truly an awful life. And that, of course, is why they deserve a massive pay rise. Unfortunately, the supposedly independent body that looks at what councillors receive has decided that, yes, they will have a massive pay rise. Or at least they're recommending it. And it's obnoxiously large. At a time when everyone knows there is this cost of living crisis and, we're all in this together, remember? We're all in this together. We've all got to tighten our belts. All that is apart from councillors. We're going to have a look at the pay rise that's been projected for them, but honestly, it'll either get you angry or leave you open-jawed. So, good viewer, hold on to your hats and wait till you see what's proposed for pay rises for councillors. And then it gets worse after you see the headline. Here goes. Councillors in Scotland deserve a 22% pay rise to reflect the responsibilities of the job. If they don't want the job, they are free to leave. No one is nailing their feet to the floor if they think that being a councillor is too hard for them. Please, feel free. Walk away. Don't be a councillor anymore. Councillors should get paid nothing. They should be doing the job for the simple betterment of the community in which they live. Give them expenses, that's fine. But beyond that, nothing. And I tell you now, you'd still have a queue from here to Ben Nevis. But they think that 22% is an adequate pay rise because they say it will attract the right people. That's kind of indicating, of course, that the wrong people are currently there. And I think we can all agree that that's probably the case. But experts also say town hall politicians should be entitled to MSP-style exit payments if they lose office. Hang on, if you have a council that's so bad, that's so awful, that has utterly destroyed your community, and you vote them out, they then get rewarded for losing the election? I don't think so. But I guarantee they will. This'll pass. Because you, as the taxpayer, will not have any kind of say on this. A local government body, I told you, either angry or open-jawed, probably both. Anyway, and it gets worse. Trust me, follow me through on this one. A local government body has called for councillors to receive a 22% pay rise in a bid to make the job more attractive. Well, if they don't like the job, don't do it. Inflation is running at what, 4-5% now? And they want 22? Are they taking the piss? Experts also say town hall politicians should be entitled to MSP-style exit payments if they lose office. No, they most definitely shouldn't. If they've lost office, it's because they haven't been good enough to deserve to stay. Why would you pay someone for not doing their job properly? Councillors oversee a swathe of public services. Let's rephrase that sentence. Councillors choose of their own volition to oversee a swathe of public services, including social work and education. But they're not the social workers and they're not the educators. They're the people who are voted in to oversee the real workers. Are we giving the social workers and the educators 22%? No, we're not giving the people who actually do the work 22%. We're giving the lazy, opportunistic bastards at the top the 22%. The people who don't actually do anything, we're giving them the 22%. The workers are getting nothing. But anyway, they say these people receive a significantly lower salary than MSPs. That's because they are less important. That's because they are less useful. Not that MSPs are useful, but they aren't as high up the scale. Their basic pay is currently £20,099, which I think is £20,000 too much. And that while an MSP is on £67,662. £67,000 too much. If you offer these jobs for nothing, people would still do them. Anyway, the Scottish Local Authorities Remuneration Committee has produced recommendations to boost the financial package offered to councillors. Let's put this out to the public. Let's have a vote on the public. The SNP love their referendums. Let's put this out to the public. Do people who pay the council tax have a say in how much councillors are remunerated? I think they should. I think it should be up to the people to decide, and there should certainly not be an exit clause. If you lose office, you're done, mate. Out. You go. You've lost because you're rubbish. Anyway, one is for salaries to be set at 80% of the median salary for all employees in the public sector, which would see a rise to £24,581. Why? Why do they deserve a rise? Have they increased their productivity? Have they increased the wealth of their local community? Have the services improved? No. Why? Rewarded. They should be punished. They should have their salaries stripped to pay for all the shortfalls. Leaders of larger... Now, here we go. Deep breath, people. Leaders of larger local authorities, such as Edinburgh and Glasgow, should receive the same as an MSP. Why? Why? They're not MSPs. They're local councillors. This is ridiculous, isn't it? SLARC reported some councillors believe there should be a clearer link between the remuneration package provided to them and those received by parliamentarians, reflecting more clearly the shared responsibility of councillors, MSPs and MPs to represent the interests of their constituents. I've got a brilliant idea. Cut all the salaries. None. Nothing. You don't get paid anything. You want to be a politician, you do it for the love of your community. End of story. Done. Let's see how many people currently serving as politicians would remain. Let me tell you, very few. Let me tell you how many people would be willing to become the new politicians. Let me tell you, very many. Because the ones who would want to do it are the ones who care about their community. They're the ones that want to go in and want to change and want to make a difference, rather than the ones that want to just sit there and suck from the public teat. I cannot get over the exit clause, though. Anyway, they said, very often we heard that complex portfolios carried by senior councillors involve far greater responsibility than some parliamentary role. Ah, bless. If it's too much, off you go. Don't let the door hit you on the arse on the way out. Said current remuneration levels are not considered to reflect or match the complexity of the role of the councillor. This could be significant barriers to candidates, particularly women, people with disabilities, lone parents and young people. Whoa. Why are we being bigotry here? Why are we picking on it? Can't offer more money to people because they're disabled or female. That would be wrong. Everyone must be level. Isn't that the world we're having now? To offer more money because someone happens to be a woman or with a disability or a lone parent. Oh, you're being bigotry and discriminatory against people who aren't women, people who aren't disabled, people who aren't lone parents. Discrimination works two ways here, people. It said, we've heard the current level of remuneration can lead to candidates deciding not to stand. Excellent. If you're only in it for the money, I don't want you standing. Or serving councillors standing down after serving a single term. As well as concern at the lack of any severance arrangements for councillors losing office. Well, screw them. Why severance? If you are so bad at your job you get voted out, you don't deserve the rewards of office. If you want to do this job for the money, and you don't think you're earning enough, but you think you're clever enough to do the job, go into the real world. Go out into commerce and earn a proper salary doing a proper job. And if you think, well, the job's too complex for the money I'm earning, off you go. Find a better job. Find a job that pays you the money you need for your skill set. That's how it works. Tell councillors there's no money. You just do it for the love of your community. You do it for the betterment of other people. Tell you what, you'd still fill every seat 5 times over. These people are just greedy. It's all it is. It's sheer greed. That's the end of that. That is just sheer greed on these people's part. 22%, and for some rising up to the same level as an MSP. Who the hell do they think they are? But I guarantee if it came to the vote, and the vote was only for the councillors to vote on, they're going to vote yes, aren't they? Guarantee as well, if you put it out to the electorate. They won't put it out to the electorate. Coming up. Seriously, if you have a good councillor, if you have someone who works hard, is diligent, who's helped many people, either helped you or people you know, whatever, but is obviously a good councillor, how do you reward that councillor? You vote him back in. If, on the other hand, you have a councillor that's rubbish, is lazy, doesn't do what he says, you disagree vehemently with his views, what do? You vote him out. Having voted him out, do you think at that point he deserves rewarding? Or do you think he deserves to just disappear for being a god-awful candidate? There should be no remuneration package on losing job. They should not be getting pay at all, but they certainly shouldn't be getting a 22% pay rise. And if they are so desperate to be paid the same as MSPs, let them fight and become MSPs. And if these people are as clever and talented and wonderful as they're trying to make out, dealing with very complex issues and all that, let them go into a company and earn their money in a corporate environment rather than sucking like succubuses and vampires off the public teat. Why do these people think they deserve more and better money than the people they're in charge of? They're not the ones doing the work. And if they take 22%, the only way around it is that every single council worker gets 22% as well. Let's see how that goes down. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment for sure. Definitely want to hear what you say on this one. And I will speak to you later. Bye.